at center. That is Hunter. Paymon 27 on the right side. And Cote on the other wing. Trottier is on with Bourne and Bossy. And the game underway with the Islanders. Person comes to the line. A leg save and the rebound is cleared by Dupont. Into the center ice area, back at his own line. Pearson handing it off. Langerman will shove it there by Paymon. It could be in the early stages of this game we will have more body felting than we had, particularly in the third game here. They are in Quebec territory. They get a whistle, and we've played exactly 37 seconds. And Dick, you are all set, I know.
Well, Michel Bergeron, the coach of the Nordiques, has made the only lineup change tonight on either team, with Mario Marois, who played the other night under a lot of pressure from injury, not able to play tonight. He is not in uniform. Gaston Terrien, the young defenseman, is. No changes for the Islanders at all, which means Mike McEwen is not in uniform, and Thomas Janssen, the rookie, is playing on defense. As Al Arbor and his team look for 4 in a row, a sweep, but I don't think it will be necessarily all that easy, Danny.
And the face-off in Quebec territory. Janssen is up on 1 point, and Mora number 6 is on the other side. Merrick, who had that big goal the other night, is out there. Over 15,000 fans have come here tonight to cheer, support, and praise, and not bury the Nordiques. They have faced adversity before. They've come back. Will they be able to do it tonight? Stay with us as this game unfolds. Tardif, a pass on the left side. Goulet, even though with his great speed, he couldn't get in there to get it. And the Islanders touch it for a nicing.
Well, Mark Tardif, Bobby, as Bobby Hull has joined us in the booth. Mark with that pass, but Goulet on the left side, if that puck had been on his stick, he was in alone, Bob.
Well, I think Michel had to slow up just a little bit, feeling that he was going to go offside. The puck just went by his outstretched stick. If he gets it, as you say, Dick, he was in home free.
Bobby, I agree with you in your remarks with Dave earlier on that the early going is going to be very important here tonight.
And again, the Islanders with everybody up. Tonelli getting it back to Janssen, back in on the boards to Tonelli. He played it into the corner to Merrick, to Tonelli on the backhand. Big save there by Bouchard. And the Islanders going to the attack. There's the shot knocked down, and Hickey ahead to Goulet. Goulet hits the line, is dropped behind, and Hickey brought it in. That was an obvious offside.
From the Colisee in Quebec City, this is Stanley Cup 82.
That area is just outside the Islanders' line. There have been 2 shots in the hockey game, both by the Islanders. That one by Tonelli. The second one was a very dangerous one. Now Dupont in on that left side, shoved out of the play after clearing it in, and is called on the offside. Dick and Bobby, a turning point in the series so far, I feel, was the second period of the second game in New York, when the Nordiques played their best period of hockey. They fired 18 shots at Smith, and he held them.
If you'd have taken a vote amongst the Quebec players, Danny, at that point, they'd have voted Billy Smith the Conn Smythe Trophy. He was the difference that night.
So a victory here tonight will send the Islanders into the Stanley Cup Finals, and Trottier clearing it into the center ice area. Hopping in there is Bourne. Now Paymon's pass off Trottier's stick. Nordiques having difficulty getting it out. Trottier was bumped by a rugged individual, and number 19 also, Cote. Puck into the center ice area. Trottier over, and Bossy couldn't finesse his way past Cote. Now it's picked up by Bourne. Here's Bourne circling. He's going to get in there. Scores! Bourne. He was permitted to come from the boards, and the Islanders take the lead.
Well, they jammed up a bit in front of the net, Bobby, but there's no excuse. A fellow like Bob Bourne can freewheel like that inside the other team's defensive zone. Look at this.
Well, Quebec had the puck earlier. Here's that play. There's Hunter, the puck going in his feet. Quebec not showing a great deal of sharpness early in the game. Here comes Bourne all the way in from nearly the blue line, unmolested. There was a Quebec player even behind the net. I don't know what he was doing back there. Here comes Bourne. You'll maybe see a Quebec player coming out from behind the net. Well, I guess he'd been behind there taking Trottier out.
So at 2:01, Bourne from Trottier, and quickly the Islanders lead 1-0.
And with the Islanders taking the lead in this game that Nordique has to win, that makes Quebec's task that much more formidable. Now on the move is Gillies. along with Dwayne Sutter. It's shot in there from the point by Potvin. There's going in on the board. Sutter taken on the play by Striahgt. Into the corner, Peter Stastny, number 26. He's been outstanding. He's tied up now by Gillies. The crowd reacting. And now, Marian Stastny with Anton and Peter trailing. In over the line. Back to Anton, a pass. He tried to get it on this side to Peter, but it went off Dwayne Sutter. 1-0, the Islanders leading. Quebec to the attack. Potvin in there, off the board. There is Sutter ahead to Goring. A neat pass into the center ice area. Potvin shooting it high into the air on the rebound. Rochefort for the Nordiques. He feathers it up there to Anton Stastny, takes the shot. He has good, as they say in parlance of hockey, Bobby Helton, speed, good speed. Now the Islanders back in there. Here's a fellow who can go, that's Murray. Bouchard playing it along the boards. Nystrom bumping. It's into the slot area. Here's Tonelli wrapping it back in there. Bouchard hands it off to Weir. And Stastny ahead. That's Anton to Miriam. He was butting. Now knocked down off the line is Hickey. And again, the Nordiques supporters, by their vocal reaction, indicating that the referee may have missed one.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Colisee in Quebec City. Assisting.
The Nordiques with Weir and Pichette in over the line. They go to the but there's no shot. Oh, Colisee had the goalie at his mercy, and Smith somehow got that right arm up. Bobby will explain it to you later, but I'm almost certain it was the right arm. So a glorious scoring opportunity for Quebec thwarted. There's the whistle to stop the play. Tell us about that.
Let's take a look at another situation here, Danny. First off, Cote and Bossy. Alain Cote, number 19, seems to be given the job tonight of looking after Mike Bossy. That's the way he looked after him in that particular sequence.
With a little bit of help from his friend.
Right.
Clinch had a great chance. The puck came out to him, and as a lot of the Europeans do, he direct shot the puck as it came to him. He didn't stop it. He fired it up high. Smith came up with that right hand, as you said, Danny, and blocked that shot.
The Islanders leading the Nordiques 1-0. First period. 26 seconds away from the 5th minute mark into the corner area to the left of Smith. And the face-off again in the Islanders' zone.
A chance for Cloutier was at a critical time, and the Nordiques could have come almost right back and tied the game. There's a fellow, Bobby, the other night. I thought I did him a disservice. I mentioned in the overtime how he had lost the face-off to, I think it was Peter Stastny. In any event, I think it might have been the only one he lost in the overtime, because he was out there taking them all.
He doesn't make many mistakes.
Kershaw over on the left wing, 1-0. Bourne has scored for the Islanders. Hoganson at the line. He saw a lot of service in the third game. Played very well, number 33. The Islanders standing up there on that effort. Langevin cleared it down. It's icing against New York.
Well, there's Moose Dupont, who was in physical trouble the other night. He has a bit of a back injury, plus a thumb problem that he picked up in Game 1 in this particular series. We were talking before the game, and Moose was recalling, Bobby, in 1975 with Philadelphia. They were the defending champions, and they were 3 up on the Islanders after 3 games. The Islanders came back, forced them to win in the 7th game.
Well, if this guy, if Nordiques don't make the finals, Dick, it'll be the first time in his career that Dupont has not played on a final squad. He's been in the playoffs 13 years.
Now exactly 5 minutes have been played in the first period, and unquestionably, the Islanders have been the better team. They're leading 1-0, out shooting Quebec 5-1. Now Quebec trying to get to the attack with some potency. They work it back near the line. Finally, Marian Stastny gets it in there. Peter is up, ended by Langevin, and the Islanders. A neat sidestep there by Bossy. He cleared it into the center ice area. And Hoganson to Peter Stastny over on the other side. The Islanders playing it very cozy, even even at this stage with a 1-0 lead. They got rid of it. Getting back there was Bossy. That eliminated what would have been an icing call. And now the Nordiques into the center ice area and fading to the left side. Anton Stastny. Stastny has that block, and Trottier got it from his stick into the center ice area. Weird. Playing it ahead. Arian Stastny couldn't get it. The Islanders not giving the Nordiques much skating room, not giving them too many clear-cut shots at Smith. There's a lead pass for Gorey. Over on the other side. Going in is Sutter to Gorey. Over this side to Gillies. Oh, and he just missed that far side. Almost 2-0. Now Peter Stastny over the line. That's knocked off his stick by Dwayne Sutter. Puck in the center ice area. Arian Stastny ahead. Cardiff bumped solidly. Taken up the play by Potvin. Gillies shoots it in. Now at the line. It comes. Scoring, keeping it in. Here's Gillies. Long on the boards. Gets it back. Morrow missed it. Routier coming up. Johnson takes over. He's knocked to the ice by Tata, who then went sprawling. We have not had a penalty in this game so far. There's Goulet coming in on the left side. Now in Islanders territory. Quebec rolling it in there, and Smith picks it up with Goulet right on his doorstep.
This is Hockey Night in Canada from the Colisee in Quebec. Today.
Quebec, everybody up, 1-0. New York leading. That is Brent Sutter, 21. His brother is number 12. Dwayne. Islanders into the center ice area. Good back checking by Aubry to tie up Trottier. In comes Johnson. He's doubled at the line by McRae. Aubry on the left side. Finally shoots it in, hustling in there. Payma along with McRae. Here's Payma. Payma gets it right on. And a magnificent save by Smith. The two chances, Bobby, the Nordiques have had, they were right in there. Excellent chances.
Well, they certainly were. That one, Paymont dug the puck out from behind the net with his great strength and fired it out in front with Aubry standing out there. He let it go again, a direct shot. Let's have a look at it here. Here's the shot from Aubry. Smith standing his ground. He's been hot on the two chances. They've been good chances by the Nordiques.
Basil McRae, number 11, started that whole sequence, Bobby, with the check he threw at Janssen at the Quebec blue line, and McRae and Payma showing the kind of hustle and zip that I think the Nordiques need. They haven't had so far.
You know what? And I said that Basil McRae was from Beaverton, Quebec last time, and I apologize. His folks are still, they haven't moved out of Ontario. They're in Beaverton, Ontario.
He was just geographically misplaced for that third game of the series. Here's Hawkinson getting a line on that shot. And Smith held, and we have a little jostling and jousting there. Nothing of a serious nature will develop. That is the prediction. 12-10 left in the period.
Well, there is Dale Hunter, and the viewers of the Nordiques games throughout this playoff year have become accustomed now to his kind of innocent type face, Bobby, but in the middle of it all, who me?
Now it's back. Routier's shot. Saved there. I don't know whether that would have been on the net or not. I don't think, but Smith was taking no chances. Delashed took with that left leg. Pearson gets it to Langevin into the corner of the Islanders, coming into the center ice area. It's tipped down into Quebec territory. Hoganson may lose it there to Bourne. Now Hoganson gets it again in a good move to get away from Bossy. He elects to play it into the center ice area. Langevin playing it ahead over on the far right left wing for Dupont. Dupont ran into Trottier. Three Nordiques in over the line. To this side is Hunter. Fires it wide. He had much on that shot either. Now the Islanders with Tonelli. Playing it back into the corner. Langevin to Pearson to the other side. Back into the center ice area to Tonelli. Tonelli has been rather quiet in this series from the point of view of production. But he hasn't stopped working anytime he's been on the ice. He's number 27. Guys from up his man. Here's Merrick spinning around. He gives it to Potvin. Big save there by Bouchard. And that is the sixth shot on goal for the Islanders. Nystrom coming down at the line with Tonelli over on the other side to Merrick. Weir is watching him. Weir jams him in on the boards. Nystrom, a rugged right winger, trying to dig it out against Stastny, and he couldn't.
With the score, the Islanders 1, the Nordiques nothing. This is Stanley Cup 82.
10:43, Bourne getting the only goal. And now up there forechecking Merrick. He's still on there with Nystrom, Antonelli, and the Nordiques into the center ice area. Aubry couldn't get it. On this side, Pichette, he lost it. Here's Weir. Weir coming down, shoots it into the corner. Potvin drilled it along the boards. Islanders grab it off. Merrick is getting a break in on goal. Shoots. Bouchard stopped it. He didn't know where it had gone. He looked behind, but it was safely off to the side. Janssen playing it back. Morrow up to the line to Nystrom. Weir chopping it, not out. Nystrom coming up with it, drops it back. Here's Morrow with a shot. It's blocked, and the Nordiques into the center ice area. Behind it is McRae. Merrick is the man who brought him down, and Merrick is going to the penalty box.
The Islanders feel that McRae might get a 7-6 on that one, Bobby. Hockey Night in Canada will continue in just a moment. The New York broadcasters. Anyway, the Islanders are short.
Anton Stastny with Marion and Peter on the power play. Cloutier is the extra forward. Terrien, number 10, he'll be the point man if and when they get that puck into New York territory. Toward that end, they start out, and Terrien takes the pass on the right side ahead. Anton Stastny is upended. The Nordiques barge in there. Here's Terrien centering it, and it will not Potvin stick. He was clearing it, and often you will see a man clear the puck into his own net. That time he was just wide.
In Boston one night, Ron Murphy was back checking for Glenn Hall. The puck went off the boards, came back to him, and he drilled it right past Glenn, picked the corner. Here's the replay on that. There's Potvin tipping the puck dangerously close to Billy Smith, although I would imagine Denis knew where that puck was going.
So, the game that the Nordiques have to win, and if anybody up here in this broadcast booth uses that cliche, there is no tomorrow. Anytime tonight he's going to get a 10-minute misconduct penalty without a right to appeal.
How about their backs are against the wall?
That's what we should clap for. Now here come the Nordiques. Stastny, Peter on the right side. 4 Nordiques in over the line. It's dropped back. Will they keep it in? No. Into the center ice area. Keller. Now it's Bourne on the move. He rolled it back into the Quebec zone. Keller and Bourne up front on defense. Potvin and Morrow. 1-0 for the Islanders. Anton Stastny putting on the brakes. Getting it back. Here's Cloutier over this side to Pichette. Into the right wing boards. Marion Stastny has difficulty, and Bourne kicked it out. Coming in on the left side. Keller makes a beautiful move. Still has it, however, he is content to kill off seconds in that penalty. Now Stastny over the line. The Marion Stastny takes the shot. Takes it. Oh, honey, they keep that on.
Peter Stastny, Bobby, didn't really get a shot away. I don't know if it hit his stick with him off balance or his skate, but he didn't quite do with it what he wanted to do.
Well, I think Marion was going to fire the puck, and out of the corner of his eye, here he is winding up. Out of the corner of his eye, he let up just a little, Dick, and Peter, his brother, was standing just off the corner, and it hit him in the skate. He didn't get a real good scald at it, and it went into Smith off his skate.
Okay, good look at it here, Bobby. Close up on Peter Stastny. Watch what happens now. There, off the skate, right.
Back skate.
Off the stick, it's probably in. Good shot by our cameraman right there. 20 seconds left in the penalty to Merrick.
Terrien and Rochefort. There you see Terrien. Rochefort is out of your picture. These two gentlemen are just inside the Islanders' line. Paymon couldn't get it back, but it does come back. There's the shot right on, and I think that was screened, and Billy Smith is going down, lining up these shots beautifully, Bobby.
Yes, he had that one lined up perfectly. The puck was just fired, I think, past Trautier's leg. Let's watch it here. Wilf Paymon wins the face-off. It goes back. Here's Terrien with the puck. Yeah. That's Trautier, and through to another player, and right Smith right down, ready to face it.
That's threading the needle with that one.
I've seen him miss, though, and hit players, too.
Yeah. 15 seconds the time left. This time, Langevin gets the draw. Therian keeping it in on the boards. Tardif missed it, now Tardif again. Tardif along the boards, takes a look, he gets it back to Therian. Will he shoot? Yes, he does. And he was lucky he kept that in the rink.
Well, there he is, Gaston Therian. Played the other night, just 21 years of age. He played most of the year at the Fredericton Express in the American Hockey League. Played junior year in this building. Bob, you never hit any of your own players with your own shot, did you?
They were afraid to go in front of the net, I think. And I was down in Fredericton here a couple of weeks ago, and the folks down there listening to us, and Dick, that was great that you mentioned that. They said most of that Quebec team played down here in Fredericton with the Express, and we wish you guys would mention it. So there we are, people from Fredericton.
Now Rochefort playing it up on the left side. Aubry has it knocked away by Janssen. The Islanders. It's shot into the corner by Brent Sutter. He's out there with Dwayne and Gillies. Morrow plays it back to Janssen on this side. To Gillies, he shoots it in. The shot's on goal, 8-5 for the Islanders. Now Goulet into the center ice area to Aubry, back to Goulet, racing in, takes the shot, the angle very, very severe. Therian is bumped by Gillies. It's centered, gobbled up there by Brent Sutter. Gillies is bumped on the boards by Therian. Now they started to shove each other at the line. It's kept in, and finally Gillies rolled it into the center ice area. Paymon's trying to break through there. Janssen takes over. Janssen leading a four-man attack for the Islanders. There's the shot, 4 or 5 feet wide. Okay, playing it over into the center ice area to Cloutier. His pass is intercepted by Trottier. He in turn is intercepted by Cote, and he whipped the shot 2 or 3 feet wide. 6 minutes and 27 seconds the time remaining in the first period. The Islanders at their own blue line. Trottier just about completely fanned on a shot. Langevin over for Pearson at the line. Keller up on the left side to Trottier. He tipped it to Bossy. Bossy turning. Bossy on the boards against Hoganson. Now Trottier getting it back. Langevin takes a shot. Kicked out by Bouchard. Keller missed it. Cote starting out over the line. Cloutier moving up on the left side. The other forward is Hunter. It's centered. Pass intercepted, and Trottier gets it back into the center ice area. Captain Dupont waiting for his teammates to vacate that area. Shot it in. It's over the glass.
Live from Quebec City, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Anything with a continuity which would electrify their fans. The cheering has been spasmodic. However, they have had 2 excellent scoring opportunities. The score 1-0. The Islanders leading. There's Peter Stastny hitting the line. Played it in there. Waiting for it was Lane. Lane gets it out to Merrick. Down with Tonelli and Nystrom. A pass to Tonelli. Tonelli tried to knife it in front. Anton Stastny to Peter. Marion is over on the other side. A pass intended for him, broken up by Potvin. Here's Tonelli going in. Tonelli around the net. He couldn't control it. He centered it, and it'll go back down the ice. 4 minutes and 47 seconds the time remaining in the opening period. Merrick shoots it in. On the move, big Tonelli, 27 against even a bigger player, 29. There he is now, Pichette. Pichette to Peter Stastny. Stastny hitting the line. Let's see what he does. He passes it in front. And again, that's the second consecutive time that Stastny actually gave that puck away. An Islander was there waiting for it. Now in behind the net, Rochefort. Playing it for Cloutier. He's bumped there by Dwayne Sutter. Here's Gillies after Rochefort. Goulet. See if he can utilize his speed with that head fake, cutting it on the left side. Not a very good shot. The angle was very, very tough on that left side. Now the Nordiques with a Rochefort. In there, circling around, forward checking, Goring along with Gillies. Sutter, and the Islanders come up with it just outside the line. They feed it back in there. They are persistent right here in their forechecking. They take over. They have their defense moved up into the center ice area. It was Johnson who picked it up. Now Smith playing it behind the net. There's Johnson on the left side, running into him. Pema. Long pass to the right side. Dupont back at the line. In over the line. Cleared out again by Morrow. And this tenacious forechecking all around by the Islanders. Not affording many good scoring opportunities for the Nordiques. That was a bouncing shot in on the left side by Dupont. Now on the board, Dupont against Trottier, who tipped it into the center ice area. On the left side, a Hunter hit the referee as if things weren't tough enough for the Nordiques. Now there's a shot wide by Bourne. In on the board, Hunter. Hunter may get some skating room. He gets it past to Pema. Pema gets it back to Hunter. Hunter hits the line with Cote. Cote missed it. There it goes to Hunter. Hunter around the net. Pema in there to help out. It's Hunter right in front, and Cote couldn't get a shot against Pearson. In it comes behind the net, back into the center ice area. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. Here's Hoganson in over the line. Goulet's shot, stopped by Pearson. Pinelli took the Langevin pass to the other side, and it is Weir. For the Nordiques, ahead to Bichette. He misses his man. Could be icing here. Pearson knocked Aubry down.
This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Colisee in Quebec City.
The excitement scale of 10 so far, give this period about a 3. 3 or 4.
Not anymore, Benny.
That's not being particularly harsh on them, is it?
I don't think so. Talking about both teams.
However, one thing you must say, the Islanders are checking very well. There's a shot wide, and they're not giving the Nordiques a chance to get in there. There's a shot, and that had to be screened. It came off Pearson's stick. A minute and 40 seconds, the time remaining. First period, 1-0, the Islanders. Bourne getting the goal. There's Goulet stumbling on the left side enough. And Merrick stopped him, and then Nystrom brings it in over the line, gives it to Pinelli, fakes the shot. It's centered, blocked. Goulet gave up. Wait, no, block in the crease. Bouchard came up with a scintillating save on Merrick, and then that puck rolled or slid crazily to the side. Here's Goulet coming in over the line with Hickey. A pass back that was called. No, I guess I heard a whistle. Have you got a whistle there, Dick? I heard one. Now Rochefort taking a shot. Less than a minute to go in the opening period. The Islanders at their own line into the center ice area. Goring couldn't get anywhere against Rochefort, who whipped it to the other side. Anton Stastny overskated it. Goring to Dwayne Sutter, jammed into the boards by Rochefort.
Probably people wonder why the New York Islanders are so successful. Sure, they have Trottier, they have Potvin, they have Bossy, but when you look at people like Nystrom out there, Merrick, Pinelli, the way in this game they are controlling the boards in that Quebec zone, it means so much to a hockey team when you got those guys who do the tough slugging like that.
This team throws wave after wave at you, and Al Arbor said that he didn't feel Bouchard handled that puck real well, so they're just dumping it in and letting Bouchard handle it.
Now Peter Stastny headmans the puck, but there to take it, Lane, and he unwinds on a long, harmless type of shot. There's Dupont, handing it off the right side. Hoganson to Marion Stastny, to Anton Stastny, back to Peter, the shot, the rebound. Marion Stastny around the net, trying to center it. And again, as it has happened so often, there's always an Islander there to pick it up. That time it was Dwayne Sutter. 2 seconds. This is going to be the first period. 1-0, Islanders.
Probably a goal for Quebec late in the period would have been very important for Michel Bergeron and his team, but they couldn't quite make it.
Well, they're far from out of it, Dick. They've got 2 periods.
It's only a 1-0 hockey game, so the teams leave the ice, and the score at the end of the first period, the New York Islanders 1 and the Quebec Nordiques 0.
I think Quebec is somewhat a tired hockey club.
Okay, ready for the second period? Here again, Danny Gallivan.
And the second period is underway. A bit of a scrum in the circle. It's finally back. Langevin over to Pearson. A pass tipped up on the right side. Trotsy to Bossy, but that doesn't connect. The Nordiques. Cote checked by Bossy. Now Bourne couldn't get anywhere. The Islanders back with Bossy. He's forced back there by Hunter. Hunter after Trottier. Bossy missed the pass and picked up by Bourne at the line, and it is called on the offside.
Bobby, you see there just a moment ago, Dale Hunter took a run at Brian Trottier. Hunter going pretty fast. Trottier didn't budge. He just kept going. There is Mike Bossy. There were some stories that Mike, playing with a knee problem, might not play tonight, that he might be given the night off, but he practiced this morning full out. He has 4 goals in the last 2 games of this series.
He shoots the puck better on 1 leg than the rest do on 2.
It's true.
If the Nordiques lose tonight, their hopes and their aspirations for a Stanley Cup in 1982, of course, will die. Did you know that Quebec won the Stanley Cup twice in 1912 against Moncton and then in 1913 against Sydney? Joe Malone was the big star then, but who is the star here for Quebec as they race down? It's Cote cutting it on that right side. Backhand shot, and it went around the net. At the line, Dupont, and it's called on the offside. And Dick, I thought that Maurice Richard was the first hockey player who had that nickname Rocket, but on that 1912 Bulldogs team, they had a fellow by the name of Power, and naturally, they called him Rocket Power.
Could have fooled me, Danny.
I think there was a guy in Detroit that played there for a long while. Then in Hartford, they called Power, too. I think he wore the same number as Z Rocket. Name of Howe. That was a nickname by the players, I believe, given to. I can't understand why.
Your ribs didn't tell you once in a while playing him?
I kept my distance.
So here we go for the face-off outside the Islanders' line. 54 seconds have been consumed in the second period. We have the Stastny's on, a pass intercepted by Tonelli up with Merrick. Here's Merrick in the corner. Nystrom is in front of the net. Merrick couldn't center it out in front. Tonelli is shot, scores! Tonelli. And it was Nystrom from the corner digging it up, getting it into that slot position.
This has been the best line on the ice tonight so far. You looked at those Quebec chances, Bobby, same kind of a situation. First period, they didn't score. Here, they do. The Islanders make it 2-0.
Well, it began early with a giveaway by Quebec, and then the play went into the corner. Nystrom had it, and then Merrick got it, and Tonelli moved way out in the deep slot. There he is out there firing it, and he let her rip pretty good, and he just blew it past Dan Bouchard.
Bouchard deep in the crease, Bobby. He had a lot of room. He didn't come out to cut the angle at all.
That's his style. He plays back in there deep.
So the Islanders leading 2-0 early in the second period. On it at center, Anton Stastny. He gets it returned from that far side, couldn't hold it. Nystrom missed a pass. Weir playing it back in there. Tonelli took it away from Bichette. Tonelli lost it. He was all set to cut right in front. Now here come the Nordiques. Stastny, Anton, a bad pass there intended for Bichette. They center right on the front of the backhand shot by Marian Stastny. Around the net, the net was open, but failing to center it out was Peter Stastny. There's the shot by Marian Stastny. Now in behind the net, Marian Stastny lost it. Anton is tied up by Merrick. It goes to Marian. Marian with Peter behind the net. Here's Marian working it down, passing it back in there to Peter Stastny. He spun around. Here's Anton failing to get the Marian pass. Pressure here by the Nordiques right in front. And Weir was knocked down. He tried to pick up that pass. Nystrom down on the right side. Takes the shot. Nystrom still with it. Passing it over too far for Gorey. It's swept away by Weir. Peter Stastny couldn't clear it out. Right in front for Tonelli from Janssen. And that didn't miss by more than 5 or 6 inches. Peter Stastny in over the Islanders line, dropping it back. Back checking was Dwayne Sutter. Gillies striding up on the left wing, winds up, booms a shot, and a great glove grab, high by Bouchard.
From the Colisee in Quebec City, this is Stanley Cup 82.
And it is 2-0 New York. With 16 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the second period, and here's Goring. He's bumped behind the net by Rochefort. Nordiques clear it to the line. Not out right in front of it. Shot, another shot. 2 saves by Bouchard on Dwayne Sutter. Gillies shooting it. And the angle sharp, and it went around the net. So the Islanders, with 2 excellent scoring opportunities there, both by Dwayne Sutter. They keep it in. Now Moore going in from the right side. It's knocked down. The Nordiques with Cardiff. Cardiff coming down, and it was gloved ahead, and it's called back.
Well, look at the bench of the New York Islanders. Mike Bossy heading onto the ice. They are putting on a pretty good show in this period. They have 3 shots. The Nordiques have just 1, but it's been all New York.
Bouchard made a couple of great saves early there. Once the first shot on Dwayne Sutter, and then he got the rebound, and he was Johnny on the spot for the rebound. I mentioned that it was his style to play deep in the crease. He depends. The reason he does that, he depends on his great reflexes by staying back in there.
Trottier, Bossy, and Bourne for New York. The Nordiques, they have Hunter on with Paymon and Cote. Hunter went after Langevin to the far side. Bourne picking it up. He's bumped by Paymon. Nordiques keeping it in. At the line, brought in by Cote, offside.
Bob, you mentioned Bouchard's style. You recall early in our playoff telecast here, you and I were out on the ice at the Forum in Montreal. I was showing you how to play the game. But Bob Sauvé was with us, and he was demonstrating Bouchard's style from before the Montreal-Quebec series. And Sauvé said to me afterward, we were just chatting, he said, I couldn't play that way. I couldn't play in as deep as he does in the crease. He said, I don't know how he does it.
He sure gives away a lot of room. The angles when people come in on him are greater, of course, if you don't move out on him.
Here's Bossy with a shot that went off Hoganson's stick. Trottier was bumped heavily on the far side by Hunter into the center ice area. Paymon, back it goes over, and Cote was being checked by Bossy. Here's Cote again trying to get it. Cote gets a second opportunity. He's tied up by Pearson. Paymon working from behind the net. Paymon still with it. He centered it, and it went off Smith's stick. Trottier at his own line takes his time. Over for Bourne. Bourne is over the line. The shot to the short side. Hoganson for Quebec, leading a 3-man attack. Hoganson down to the line, pumped it into the corner area, and Quebec making changes while the play goes on, and Nystrom swings out on that right side. Nystrom at the line, ahead to Merrick. Here's Merrick centering it through the crease, and Tonelli couldn't catch up with it. Potvin in for Merrick. Merrick getting it back. Tonelli is tied up. Anton Stastny with Marion on the right side. Over the line, back to Anton. He centered it in front. Rochefort was tied up by Merrick. Now Anton over to Peter, a shot to the short side. And Smith was covering that area very well. Ariane back at the line. Actually a giveaway there. He got rid of it. Finally, Anton Stastny cleared it in. Tonelli took Potvin's pass in over the line with Nystrom. Here's Nystrom flipping it again. They try to set up at the lip of the crease, but the pass was too hard for Merrick. Peter Stastny got by Potvin. Now here's Anton Stastny centering it. And the Islanders roll it down on the right side off the stick of Merrick. Back there goes Dupont, icing against New York.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Colisee in Quebec City.
Their run will be finished for the year. The Nordiques do not win here tonight. Regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, Arbor will still be employed. But the Islanders leading 3-0 in games. They have dominated this game. They lead 2-0. They're out shooting Quebec 15-9. That's Hoganson in there, forward-checking Caller. He centered it. Caller again, going after it, bumping Hoganson. Over on this far side, into the center ice area. Rubbed in on the boards was Goulet by Brent Sutter. Hickey turning in his line. The tenacity of the forechecking there is enormous by the Islanders. Look at Carroll go, and Sutter, and Caller, and Sutter getting back to take that pass. Into the center ice area. Here is Hickey. We have 5 Islanders back there at the blue line with the wingers and the centerman peeling back. In behind the net it goes. Now the Islanders will work it into the center ice area with Carroll snapping a shot off the boards. Bouchard leaving it there. Big Pichette, an excellent pass. Hunter over to Aubry. Aubry back to Hunter. He was on the backhand, and it was a rather weak shot, not too accurate. Here's Hunter again. Hunter working, trying to get in front, twisting and turning. Hunter still with it. Back to Rochefort. That rattled off the leg, off Pearson's leg. Into the corner, Langevin giving it to Pearson, back on the other side. Caller failed to roll it out. Cloutier winds up for the shot. He got something on that, but it was right at Smith. Quebec with pressure here. Finally, the Islanders roll it down on the right side. Both teams making changes while the play goes on. 11 minutes and 48 seconds. That is the time remaining, and this is the second period. Goring gathering speed. Good move by Goring. Fades to the left side. Goring is cutting around the net. Centered it. It's loose. And the Nordiques into the center ice area with Pema. Pema across the line, a drop pass. Back it comes this time. It's Hoganson shooting it. And Smith holds on.
This is Hockey Night in Canada from the Colisee in Quebec City.
Area. There's been fairly good pressure at stages in this period by the Nordiques. It's knocked down. Trying to shoot it was Peter Stastny. Now Terrien winds up a screen shot, and that hit Potvin. Dwayne Sutter on the right side. Potvin has been injured. There's a long shot at Dwayne Sutter. Potvin is in obvious pain, having difficulty getting to his skates.
Terrien's shot hit Denny Potvin. He dropped like a stone. And he's still not on his feet. Obviously, it is the right leg, ankle, foot, whatever. There he is. Finally up. He doesn't seem to be getting much sympathy from the crowd here at the Colisee. Looking at it again. The big slapper with the wind-up by Terrien from the right side. And Potvin goes down as the puck hits him. Game 4 in the Campbell Conference Final tonight in Vancouver, where I guess a goodly supply of white towels will be available at the Pacific Coliseum. That game won't be starting for another hour and 20 minutes or so. Now Potvin comes back out and gets even less sympathy than he got before.
Are you still sticking with Chicago?
I'm still sticking with him. Maybe that's more with my heart and with my head, as you said, Ted.
You see how fast they were skating there a minute ago? They were really flying.
So the face-off is just outside the Quebec blue line. The Islanders leading 2-0. A pass for Bossy from Bourne was behind him. Now Terrien ahead to Peter Stastny. Stastny in over the line with Anton. A drop pass to Anton. Bossy knocked it off his stick. Terrien rolled it ahead. Captain Potvin over the line to Bossy. He in turn lost it. Marion Stastny dropping it back. Bossy went flying. I think Dupont got a piece of him. Here's Terrien coming in over the line, rolling it into the corner. Islanders playing it back into the center ice area. 10 minutes and 15 seconds left. Now, Marion Stastny, his pass hit a leg. And you know, you have a tendency perhaps to say that's tough luck, but the reason why they're hitting legs, the Islanders are everywhere.
They certainly are tonight.
Now Marion Stastny. Into the corner it goes. Anton feeds it in behind the net. Here is Lane, 40 yards. Ahead, Bourne clears it into the corner. Bossy is striding in, whipping it around the net. Pema, who has had an outstanding series for Quebec. With that head fake, couldn't get by Nystrom. Rochefort over on the other side. What is the mix-up here? Tonelli and who is that? Anton Stastny?
Yes, it is.
They were back behind the play at the Islanders line, and they are both going to the penalty box. With the score, the New York Islanders 2, the Quebec Nordiques nothing. This is Stanley Cup 82.
Not only have to listen to that guy, they have to watch him too.
Great commercial announcement. Now Payman into the centerized area. Back to Hoganson. 9 minutes and 20 seconds the time remaining. Hoganson got it from Payman. Now gives it to Rochefort. 2-0 for the Islanders. Coming in there. Goulet. Morrow. Now ahead it goes. Carroll couldn't get it. It's into the Quebec zone. Here's Payman. Coming down all alone against Janssen and Morrow. Payman on the right side. Couldn't get by Janssen. That defense is well nigh impenetrable tonight. Back to Keller. Shot! And that sort of a handcuff Bouchard on the short side.
Playing 5-a-side right now. The time of the penalties to Tonelli and Anton Stastny was 10:26. We got a collision at the Quebec goal crease. Actually, I thought that the Quebec player drove the Islander player into Dan Bouchard, who got the worst of that exchange, certainly.
There's Janssen carrying the puck in. Drops it for Kleur. He lets it go pretty good. Bouchard juggled it a little bit. It dropped down in front of him. Then Kleur was banged into him. Danielle went back into the net. He didn't want the same thing to happen to him as what happened in the Montreal series in the last winning goal. Walmsley going back.
I thought, gentlemen, we were going to get together on the pronunciation and give him the North Americanized Keller. But I'm outvoted 2-1, so from here in, it's going to be Kleur. 9 o'clock. 2-0. The Islanders are leading. Bichette in over the line. There is Hunter. Hunter giving it to Bichette. Bichette makes the next one again, and he lost it. The big guy pulled off a splendid move, and then he lost it. Langevin cutting in on that left side. Shot him behind the net. Did you like that move?
I really liked it. I think if the Nordiques are going to get back in the game, their defense is going to have to carry that puck more instead of just throwing it away and giving it away. They're going to have to lug it and make a play with it.
Now, Bichette ties Langevin in on the board.
Hockey Night in Canada will continue in just a moment.
35 seconds remaining in the penalties to Anton Stastny and Tonelli. Now the Nordiques bumped hard at center by Potvin. Was Marion Stastny, but his resiliency brought him up quickly. He passed it back, got it again, gave it to Rochefort. Rochefort ahead to Marion Stastny. And again, every Islander is up at that blue line. Now Kleur coming in on the right side. Takes a look. Still has it. Passes it and it goes out over the line. The penalized players are back on the ice. Offside against the Islanders.
If you're on your way to Chicago, you can find the front door of the stadium, can't you? All right.
I think I know where it is.
Lane is shooting it in for the Islanders. It's blocked. Gillies held along the boards, tied up in an effective manner by Rochefort. Aubry went down with Dwayne Sutter. Here come the Nordiques down to the line. Terrion going in there, carrying on, stumbles. Morrow playing it behind. Janssen with Pema after him. Gillies ahead to Goring. Over on the right side to Dwayne Sutter. DuPont smashed it to the line. Goring cleared it back. DuPont to Pema. Payma around the net. Let's see if Goulet can pick it up and get something going on the left side with his great speed. He's into the center ice area. Over the line, gives it back to Aubry. Aubry over to Payma. Payma around the net. A penalty is being signaled against the New York Islanders.
Boy, Billy Smith did a super job that time, Bobby. Wolf Paymont with a good play, sweeping it around the net. And Smith did not waste any time at all. He got across and covered it very well. Live from Quebec City, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
The Nordiques, they need a goal very badly here. They have the odd man advantage. Smith clearing it to Goring, and it's shot down the ice. We have Stastny, that is Peter, Anton, Marion, Bichette, and Cloutier, the power play alignment for the Nordiques as they start out of their own zone. Cloutier handing it off to Peter Stastny. Stastny into the center ice area, elects to shoot it in. That's the only way you can shake off the tireless checking, apparently, of the Islanders. Cloutier ahead to Anton Stastny. Over on the other side. Bichette along the boards. Marion Stastny. Peter Stastny rolled it, and Carroll very coolly cleared it out over the line. Here's Potvin getting a break. Going in on goal. He shoots, and a sparkling save by Bouchard. That was a big, big play. That would have made it 3-0. And it certainly would have taken the wind almost completely out of the collective bodies of the Nordiques had they fallen behind 3-0. On a goal that would have been scored while they themselves were on the power play. 46 seconds left in the Sutter penalty. Kallur knocked it away from Hickey. It's picked up by Payma. Payma takes a look. Payma still with it on the boards. Drops it high. Out of position was Terrier. Or perhaps we should fault Payma more than Terrier in the pass. Weak shot there by Goulet. A swing and a miss by Smith.
Better walk that guy. Swings that stick pretty good.
Well, let's hope he misses every time he swings it.
Especially missing the player from the other team that's rather close to him when he does it. That's what drew the ire of the fans. Now Brian Lewis talking to Billy Smith. And the fans react. 24 seconds left in the Dwayne Sutter penalty. And the Nordiques power play, you might say it's rather tentative, Bobby, but I agree with Danny. Look at it the other way. It's the Islanders in their super defensive play.
Do you think maybe they smell victory if they don't let them score here in this period?
24 seconds left in the power play. I don't think I've ever seen the Quebec power play so ineffectual. Because they have power on that power play, but they can't do too much against this Islanders team. Certainly not so far in the game. Half dozen seconds left. The penalty on the right side, Payma. Payma on the left wing. Hunter, and it's offside. We get them checking that coming back. That forces the offsides.
When they get them stopped at the blue line, it's pretty tough to make a play to anyone along the blue line when they're just standing there. They haven't got that jump on the Islanders. They're on the move, and it's easy for them to either make their check or intercept the pucks when everyone is stopped at the blue line. That's when you should be throwing her in high gear.
I had to laugh at Michel in his conversation with Dave Hodge in the first intermission. Said the way this team's going, he said some people think we got the best team in the world. He said right now.
The shots on goal in this period, 6-5 for the Islanders. The tabulation to this point in the game with 4:30 left in the second period, 17-12 for New York. McRae couldn't get anywhere. The penalty now has expired. A lead pass to Sutter. Right off, up by Hoganson. Cleared it out to center. 2-0. The Islanders leading. A goal in the first period. It was Bourne. Yes, it was Bourne. And Tonelli in the second. Hoganson on the boards. Gets it out. It's knocked down. Here is Hunter. A lead pass for McRae. Into the corner. Now it's finally propelled out there by Bossy. Picked up by DuPont, who sends it back there. And it's called on the offside.
Forward in this series.
Janssen failed to clear it out. Aubry shooting it back in. Amon coming from the other side. Morrow turns around. Has to contend now with Aubry. Here is Hickey back to the line. And Rochefort was not in a position to pick it up. Aubry circling at his own line. Hands it off for Rochefort. He clears it in. There's Paymon going in after it. He flipped it, and that's a souvenir.
This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Colisee in Quebec City.
Pichette playing up with Rochefort. Over to Pichette from Rochefort. Peter Stastny shoots it from a sharp angle. Rochefort is shot. Pucks it from the net. And it's chopped out to the line. Mary with Nystrom. Trottier is trailing on the play. And Pichette plays it to the far side. Nystrom missed Pichette, and Nystrom went in the boards rather heavily. Mary out to Nystrom on the right side. Long pass in there. There's Tonelli. Bouchard coolly cleared it to Pichette. Into the center ice area. Pass is gobbled up by Anton Stastny. In on the boards. A neat play for Peter Stastny. Played it back. But again, an Islander was there, and that time it was Nystrom. Nystrom waiting for Tonelli to get in there. Here's Peter Stastny coming down against Lane. Stastny on the backhand. Smith had that far side well covered. Here is Peter Stastny centering it. Goring chopped it and went right to Tonelli. Tonelli with Nystrom. Good back checking there by number 16. Goulet. Four Nordiques in over the line. Paymon over to Peter Stastny. A shot. Pearson fell in front of it. In behind the net. Paymon centering it. It went off a stick. And Goring clearing it for Dwayne Sutter. Dwayne Sutter with that head fake being watched there by Dupont. He centers it. Goulet turning. The Nordiques coming back into the center ice area. A lead pass. Good move by Paymon. Paymon getting set. Paymon going in. Shoots. And it's grabbed by Smith. Excellent play all around. Paymon and Smith.
Super play by Paymon on Morrow inside the blue line. Swung to the right side. Boy, it's a familiar story here, Bobby. They just can't beat Billy Smith.
Well, he's got a hot hand tonight, and he's up to his old tricks. He's done it before. He's been here before. He knows what he has to do to win a hockey game in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I guess he feels he'd like to have a little rest before they go into the finals.
The Nordiques have now taken the period lead in shots on goal 8-6. They've closed the gap overall 17-15. The Islanders leading by 2. As we look at Peter Stastny, Rochefort playing up. The Islanders, however, get the draw. Bossy on the right side. Bossy staying right with him. The defenseman Rochefort. Trottier going after it against Pichette. Bourne along with Peter Stastny move in, and that brings a stoppage in play.
Well, Brian Trottier is out there for so many face-offs. He's with his regular line mates right here in this particular situation. A 50-goal season for Trottier this year. So time starts to become an enemy to Michel Bergeron and Rochefort. I say Leon Rochefort, that's dating me. Norman Rochefort.
Uncle Leon.
Talking about Trottier, he has to be at this stage a strong candidate for the Conn Smythe. How about some other names?
Denny Savard.
Brodeur.
Billy Smith.
Passed up there by Bourne. He feeds it in. Trottier going after it to Bourne. A chop shot off the leg. Here's Bossy getting it back. Langevin. Holding it in. Less than a minute goal in the second period. Now Rochefort playing it ahead. The Islanders on it again. They keep it in. Rochefort to Cote. Back into the center ice area. It's snapped in by Pichette. Cote going after it. Smith over the net. Cote almost got it so he could center it. Trottier handing out a solid body belt against Aubry. So that fellow Trottier, number 19, does everything, Bobby, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. He never skates by a guy without getting the puck or else taking a chunk of the body.
Hickey clearing it down the ice. And it is icing. 11 seconds left in the second period. Islanders with a goal in the first, goal in the second, leading 2-0.
Well, those Nordiques come out in the third period. I believe they're going to have to keep their defenseman pinching in on either side. By that I mean that defenseman on the side the puck is coming out on, he's going to have to stay in there, take a chance that he can nullify an Islander pass and keep the puck in the Islander zone. He can't be backing out too quickly. The other defenseman's going to have to swing back in and hope that they can get the puck, keep the puck in Islanders.
They have to be brave and in a gambling mood in the third period, because if they don't come back, that'll be their last period of what has been, and we're not going to enunciate their obituary yet, but what has been just an outstanding season for this Quebec team. And Dick and Bobby, I think we should congratulate the officials of the Nordiques for the marvelous hospitality given people in the media, particularly. Bobby Hull has been eating gloriously for the last few days.
That press room is something, is it not? Those people from New York, and they're here in throngs, will have nothing but great things to say about the belle province de Quebec.
Well, as was the case in the first period, the Islanders scored early. They were outshot in the period, the Nordiques 8 and the Islanders 7 in the second period, but the score at the end of the second period, the New York Islanders 2 and the Quebec Nordiques nothing.
Langevin playing up along on the other side with Persson. It's snapped off the boards. Paymon couldn't get it. It's cleared back toward the corner. There's Bichette. A good long left wing pass. Oh, there was a great defensive play by Persson. Goulet was trying to get it over there to Paymon. Had he got it over, it was clear all the way from the blue line in. The Islanders, Dick, are playing much to the chagrin of this man here. A good, solid game. Not a particularly exciting type of game, but I just wonder, in sport, not only in hockey, what should be the predominant factor, entertainment or winning?
Well, how many empty seats have there been this year at games at the Island?
Not too many.
Not hard for the Island to separate at a time like this when they don't allow a goal in this last period. They've got a week's rest at the start of the next series, Dan.
Conceivably, they could have a week's rest if they win this one here tonight. There is Morrow laying it off the boards. It gets by Nystrom down to the Quebec line. Carrion shooting it out. Pinelli weaving his way in on the left side. A pass goes over to an open wing. Anton Stastny with Peter and Miriam. Miriam was checked there by Tonelli. In behind the net. Potvin up on the left side. There's a missed pass intended for Tonelli. Down it goes, and it is icing. Carrion almost put the...
I bet his heart was in his mouth. He didn't hear the whistle.
From the Colisee in Quebec City, this is Stanley Cup 82. Shots, likewise Denny Potvin with 3. And Clinch and Peter Stastny both with 3 for Quebec.
The Islanders, led by Lane, get possession after the face-off. It comes to the line on the right side. Dwayne Sutter's shot is knocked down at the line. The Islanders pick it up again. There is Goring feeding it in for Dwayne Sutter. He cleared it away from Hoganson to Gillies. Gillies fired it back, intercepted. Peter Stastny. And his pass turned out to be a giveaway to Lane. Now Stastny. Anton kicked it ahead. Potvin failed to clear it out and dropped back. Marion Stastny is shot. Big lob save there by Smith. Stastny pulled a great shot. Now it's right out in front. Marion Stastny was covered up, and it's Dwayne Sutter in the center ice area over the line. He lost it, and the Nordiques take over. Hoganson turning in his own zone to the far side. Dupont idles his way into the center ice area, flicked it into the corner. Potvin touches it, and that is icing again.
There's Anton Stastny, who did not practice this morning with the Quebec team. Neither did his brother Peter, and I think, Bobby, both of them are being bothered by those nagging...
Marion Stastny glove save there by Smith. Stastny doing a great shot. Now it's right out in front. Marion Stastny was covered up on his Dwayne Sutter into the center ice area over the line. He lost it, and the Nordiques take over. Hoganson turning in his own zone to the far side. DuPont idles his way into the center ice area, flicked it into the corner. Potvin touches it, and that is icing again.
There's Anton Stastny, who did not practice this morning with the Quebec team. Neither did his brother Peter. And I think, Bobby, both of them are being bothered by those nagging injuries, as Denny Potvin was pointing out, injuries that can't keep you out of the lineup but still bother you. And I think Peter in particular is not wheeling tonight as he did through the first 3 games of this series.
I have not noticed Peter being himself out there as yet tonight. Something is bothering him.
The Islanders, maybe?
That could be a big part of it.
No, he's not skating though, Danny. I mean, you know, with all due respect to the Islanders, I think there is something wrong.
Eddie Westwell, the former Islander, and I were talking during the intermission. Try this on for size. The team should have the option of giving up 3 consecutive minors and then take a penalty shot. Would you like that?
Instead of icing the puck?
No.
You mean?
Let's go through that again. There's the
I'm
puck
sorry.
out to the crease. Into the center ice area. Hunter getting it over to Gillies. Shot to the short side. It's centered in front. Gobbled up there by Carroll. Carroll. A left wing pass in over the line. Bichette takes over, and it's called on the offside.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Colisee in Quebec City.
Snow score 16:44. The time remaining in regulation time, it's pumped in on the right side by Morrow. Kallur kicked it into the corner. Now Rochefort is going to lead the attack, a 4-man attack ahead to Pema. He drilled it into the corner. Smith watching it there, 2-0 for the Islanders. Here's Rochefort keeping it in. Behind the net, Goulet, he left it there for Pema, centering pass into the center ice area. Kallur ahead on the left wing. Nordiques picking it up. A long pass up on the left side. Goulet on shot. Up around the throat. And Smith was there. That was a long pass. Goulet stationed himself up at the Islanders' line. Could he have gone in there to make a better play?
Well, right after he shot, he hit it for the bench, so I guess he was tired. That's why he was way down in that position.
Now it's Cote trying to center it. Trottier poked it to Langevin on the left side board. This could be 2-on-1. Bossy over on the right side. Bossy trying to get it in front. An excellent defensive play by DuPont. He hustles back for Quebec. At the line. DuPont putting on the brakes, and he lost it. Now Trottier ahead off Warren's stick. Nordiques clearing it into the center ice area. Here's DuPont chopping at it. Finally, he gets his second chance, rolls it in over the line, and a tired DuPont goes to the Quebec bench. Now, exactly 5 minutes have gone by in the third period. A snap left wing shot. More than a shot than a pass. Now it's Rochefort. From the corner, nice from after him, knocked Rochefort down. Aubry handing it off to Therrien. Into the center ice area, deep pass to Anton Stastny. It's swept away. Lane has it. Coming down on the left wing. Potvin winds up the shot, no difficulty there for Bouchard. Potvin is going to get another shot, blocked by Bouchard. The Islanders, will they keep it in? Yes, they do. In behind the net it goes. Bouchard clearing it for Rochefort. Anton Stastny over to Aubry. He fired it across the line. And Captain Potvin knocked it back. Big Bichette at the line. To Stastny, Anton. Goring hands it out to Nystrom on the right wing. On the left side is Pinelli. He's crisscrossing now. However, the Nordiques take over at the line. They miscue on that pass into the center ice area. 13:43 left in regulation time. 2-0, the Islanders leading. Marion Stastny couldn't get anywhere against Johnson. Nordiques clearing it into the corner. Janssen hit a player. It's knocked down by Peter Stastny. And it was a high stick, apparently.
This is Hockey Night in Canada from the Colisee in Quebec City. It's great. Goulet went in, wound up. It's just not the net. It's over the net and off the glass. How can a guy shoot it like that? Not even on the net.
I think that's fatigue and showing and desperation.
Desperation, right?
Well, up to this point, it has been some disenchanted evening for the Quebec Nordiques. However, 13:07 remaining, the Islanders leading. 2-0. There's Goulet failing to penetrate. A pass intercepted by Paiement. Paiement winds up for the shot. A big rebound. Goring covering on Clinch. 3 Islanders step gingerly into the center ice area. Over the line to Gillies. The shot off Rochefort's stick over the glass.
Bobby, you mentioned earlier in the broadcast about a tired team, Quebec, and I was pointing out something they didn't do or whatever, but you're right, they're tired. Right here, that line just came on, and yet Goulet and Cloutier were just struggling coming back on the backhand. Billy Smith is frustrating them. That might just be part of it as well, as Smith comes up with the save here. There's the work on Goring, taking Cloutier out in front of the net. Good play.
3 Islanders ready to pounce on the puck. I think that overtime loss the other night really knocked the wind out of Quebec's sails. It, more than anything, tired them out. If they'd have won that game, you'd have seen a much peppier Quebec team than what we're seeing tonight.
But your thoughts are so much peppier between games.
Absolutely.
Carroll cleared it in. Brent Sutter is up front also. Kallur. Anton Stastny. Stick checked at the line by Langevin. Carroll fades over to the far side. The pass, however, from Pearson goes to Langevin. It's shot in there. Nordiques can't get it out. Working in over the other side. Kallur took the Carroll pass. Fired it, but it was wide.
This is a fourth line that Al Arbor throws out there every once in a while. The Islanders have won 10 straight playoff rounds, as they have 12 minutes left in regulation time to clinch this one if they can hang on. Last loss for the Islanders was against the Rangers back in the semifinals of 1979.
Islanders will continue to pitch that puck in the Nordique end and keep those defensemen's face against the glass and tire them up going back for that puck.
Bossy getting it back. A shot by Lane, and it finds its way off the stick over the glass in the corner area. Lane, number 24. The shots on goal are 20-19 in favor of the Islanders. You think in a rink where the fans are as enthusiastic and as noisy as they are here at the Colisee, that the place would be festooned with banners and signs, but no great displays. There may be a rule against that. I know in the Montreal Forum there is a rule against it.
They have a number of paper banners, Danny, that were put out on each seat, or every other seat, that say "Go, go."
Problem is, they haven't had a chance to use
That's
them.
right. I don't see many of them waving.
The best banners and signs in the entire NHL, I think. The most original at the Auditorium in Buffalo. There's Bossy stepping in over the line, winding up for the shot. It went off Perrier, who cleared it up on the far left wing. Goulet with Marion Stastny and Peter. Back checking was Bossy. 2-0. The Islanders leading. And if they win this one, they go into the Stanley Cup Finals against either Vancouver or Chicago. Now the Islanders in their own zone, Potvin. They get it to the line, Terrien shot it back, it's off the leg. Tonelli coming down with Nystrom. Tonelli over the line to Nystrom. Terrien got back there to cover up for the Nordiques. Terrien behind the net. That is Tardif, jammed in on the boards by Nystrom. The Islanders dig diligently forward, but the play is stopped.
With the score, the New York Islanders 2, the Quebec Nordiques nothing. This is Stanley Cup 82.
Janssen, a shot nowhere near the net. Tardif bumped again by Nystrom. Every time he turns, Tardif runs up against Nystrom. Bichette deflected it to the side. That's Merrick on Tardif there, and Nystrom trying to get it. Again, the execution is done in a proper manner. Pema and Goring gave each other a gentle tap in that face-off circle. This guy loves the playoffs, number 91.
He always comes up big in them, doesn't he?
That LA series with Boston, he got the overtime goal. Big hero. Conn Smythe Trophy winner last year.
10 minutes and 12 seconds. The time remaining in the third period. Bourne in the first period. Rochefort was knocked down by Gillies. And then Tonelli in the second for the Islanders. Here's Pema. He has it knocked off his stick by Pearson. A pass by Pema intercepted there by Goring, who fakes the shot over the other side, and Cloutier has it. He turns and wheels away with Tardif. Tardif playing it in on that right side, cruising in from the other wing. Pema. Langerman bumped Tardif, played it to the far right wing. Now Goring is going after it. Carrion playing it back up. Dwayne Sutter over on this side to Gillies. He plays it into the corner. Dwayne Sutter, almost an impossible angle. The only way that could have gone in, and it hit Smith's stick or skate and ricochet. I mean, Bouchard. That's Mr. Smith down there and that end there. And he hasn't been tested that much tonight, but he had, what would you say, 2 very good saves in the first period?
Well, 3 maybe, Danny, if we include the one that went off Peter Stastny's skate right at the corner of the net when he had the open side.
Here's Bossy centering it. Went off Dupont. Bossy again. Into the corner. Trottier corralling it behind the net, giving it to Bourne. Back in it goes. Off the stick with Bouchard. Goulet clearing it out over the line. Digging in on the left side. Potvin can't get anywhere. Peter Stastny ahead to Goulet. Goulet off the backhand to the short side. And Smith cleared it over the glass.
Hockey Night in Canada will continue in just a moment. First star tonight and the second.
Potvin to the other side. That is Bossy. Back pass for Trottier. Works into the center ice area. Trottier, a long, harmless type of shot. Talking about shots, they have not been copious. We have a total of 22 to 20.
Danny, you talk about those signs in Buffalo. One of the best I've seen that involved a player. I won't mention his name because he's still active in the National League, but let's just say he's not too famous for his defensive abilities. So there was a sign up there one night and it said, the last time so-and-so back-checked, his Pee-wee coach fainted.
I've known guys that haven't passed since Minor Adam. You know, we talked about winning and entertaining. There's a club, and I won't mention who they are, that won their division.
You fellas are becoming very secretive.
They won their division for many years in a row, but still can't put people into the building. They used to fill that place with 20-some thousand people.
Well, there's not many rings to hold 20,000. I know where. There's the shot right on. By Lane. You just gave it away, Bobby.
Kind of windy in that city.
Now here's Tonelli checking on Bichette. Tonelli getting it over, and Merrick couldn't get in there quickly enough to pick it up. Janssen on the far side to Morrow. He dumped it in a delicate fashion in. Here comes Bichette. Stopped at the line by Nystrom, and the intensity of the checking by the Islanders with pickup, if that's possible, with time, a very important factor in their favor right now. 7.5 minutes remaining in regulation time, and the Islanders leading 2-0. Here's Rochefort, long pass on the left side. In on the boards they go. Hunter couldn't corral it. Now into the center ice area. Tonelli shooting it in. Behind the net goes Hoganson. The Islanders and the Nordiques are making changes while the play goes on. A pass by Goulet. Finally goes to Kallur back in the corner, and it's shot into the center ice area by Langevin. Here's Goulet at the line, dumping it in. And it's becoming a rather laborious task now. In it goes and out it comes. 6:40 left in the third period. Down the ice it goes. Icing against the Islanders.
So a frustrating night indeed for Michel Bergeron, who still works on the gum, who still looks intent.
He's done a great job with that club, and he needn't bow his head a bit, nor any of the Nordiques. They've had a great, great season, and these fans here in Quebec, they'll let them know it too.
I mean, there's Al Arbour, 28 years in pro hockey. He's been out of the playoffs as a player or a coach only once. First year he coached in New York, 73-74. The only person I know with a better record than that over the last 28 years is Danny, because he's never missed the playoffs.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
How many years?
Yeah, well, in 1970, the Canadians.
Yeah, but you were around.
Oh, I was around. They can't get clear of me.
That was the year you and I were in Boston when Bobby Orr scored the winning goal in overtime in St. Louis.
That's right.
52, is it?
70.
Well, it started in 1952, but that Sunday afternoon in the Boston Garden in overtime, was it Sanderson who dug it out and gave it to Orr? He put it in May the 10th, 1970.
Well, it's Marcelo Boo, president of the Nordiques, and Gil Stein, vice president of the NHL.
Now Bossy flicks it ahead. And it's called back on the offside. 6:29, and the situation becomes increasingly serious for the Nordiques.
Danny, I've always thought that afternoon game in Boston that day was, I think that's the most emotional Stanley Cup win that I've ever been involved with a close second being when the Flyers won it first in 74, that clinching game. What's he got out here? Okay, Bergeron likes to experiment. Not afraid to take chances. 5 forwards. Bobby, that's exactly what you said in the intermission we were talking. What he should do.
There's some coaching jobs open, Bobby. Are you interested?
I don't know whether I want to coach or not.
Live from Quebec City, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
To the right of Smith, 5 forwards for the Nordiques. Bobby called it back some 10 minutes ago. Now tell us, when will he take the goalie out? Here is Stastny getting up, so is Trottier. And what is the penalty assessment here?
Well, Trottier hit the deck. They both fell down. Now, they had a bit of a hassle here in Game 3, and Peter Stastny was quoted at great length in some areas of the press here in Quebec City about the situation involving Trottier. Now, Trottier and Stastny talking with one another. Trottier acted as though he was shaken up when he hit the ice right off the bat. I don't know if they're both going. Peter's gone to the penalty box, and I guess Brian is not, so Stastny gets the penalty. The fans don't like it. It'll be the first power play chance that the Islanders have had in the hockey game. Here it is right here. Bingo. Trottier off stride and into the boards. You'll see the concern being shown. There's the trainer pointing. He should get a penalty for that. And he did. Right here. Catch him on that far leg, Bobby, when they don't get much balance.
He was leaning towards the boards.
Right.
Peter took the opportunity to lay a little body into him.
So the frustrations continue. 6:13 left in regulation time. Peter Stastny penalized.
So that does not enhance the situation as far as the Nordiques go, because their best hockey player, let's face it, he's off now. Stastny, he's an amazing hockey player.
He's great. He's been the heart of this Quebec team, I would have to say, over the years.
Hunter and Potvin started to mix it up as they belted each other along the boards in front of the Islanders bench. Now it's Trottier, leaving it behind the net to Captain Potvin, to Bourne, back over on the other side to Bossy with Trottier, in over the line. Here's Bossy's pass. Heyman got his stick up and in midair deflected it off. A minute and 25 seconds left in the penalty, 2-0, the Islanders. Potvin shooting it, and that changed direction off the stick and went off the arm of Bouchard. Here's Trottier. Over it goes to Potvin. And it's intercepted by Gillies, shot down the end. Smith was upended. In there was Cote. Here's Aubry trying to work it in. Hotman getting it into the center ice area over the line. Caldor knocked it into the corner. Now it's back. He couldn't get it. Janssen fakes the shot. Caldor to the side of the net to Bossy. Good play there by Bouchard. Back to the line. Janssen over the other side to Pearson. Pass is deflected by Dupont. A shot wide by Janssen. And it's cleared by Hickey. Ahead to Aubry with Cote trying to penetrate. 20 seconds left in the penalty. 4.5 minutes remain in regulation time. Gillies going in. Scores! Gillies with a booming blast. And I would think that will just about settle it.
Yeah, that's all she wrote, Danny. 12 seconds left in the penalty to Peter Stastny when Clark Gillies got room on the left side and beat Bouchard. Bobby low to the stick side, actually the short side as he came in from left wing. So the Islanders a little bit of celebrating, but not much. That one started deep in their zone as they cleared it up. And Trotty's in on it again. There's Gillies all alone. The checking broke down up ice for Quebec. And he just wound up and let it go.
Got a little bit of room there, didn't he?
So Pearson started the play in deep. They both assist. At 15:35, Gillies with his 6th of this playoff year. It's 3-0 New York.
Gillies had a great second half, and I was talking to some of the New York players, and they said it started when he got off the line of Trottier and Bossy and began to shoot the puck, and he could blitz it.
Well, a fine exemplification of his power on a shot was on that goal. Janssen getting it ahead. Dwayne Sutter behind the net, working nicely, trying to center it. It's blocked by Rochefort. In on the boards. Coming up with it is Hunter. The Nordiques. They flick it ahead. Sprawling out there is Smith, and that's for the purpose of putting on a show.
Somewhat.
This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Colisee in Quebec City. Away from moving into the finals.
He shoots a Bernard. Scores! Smith got a piece of it. I don't know what a piece means, but it went off him.
Looked like it hit the inside of his right pad and rebounded through his legs. It's maybe just a day late and a dollar short, we might say. That had happened before that third goal. We'd have a little different situation right now. Let's watch this shot here. Yes, it hit his left pad and went through his leg.
Bichette must be thinking back to that great chance he had, Bobby, in the second period when he walked in close. That time he just let it go. The Islanders have not recorded a shutout this season. They were that close to their first. The last time they shut anybody out was back in March of 1981 when they shut out Edmonton 5-0, March 11th. Strange.
You know, goals come very quickly in hockey. We still have 3:51 to go.
They get another one quickly. The whole complexion of the game changes.
Well, the Stastnys are out there together now, but Bobby, he's not going with the 5-forward concept. At least not right away, as Bichette is still out there along with Dale Hovenson. It was Bichette from Peter and Marion Stastny, 1609. Made it 3-1 with the Quebec goal, their first of the night, right here.
Peter won the face-off. It went to Marion Stastny and back to, Anton. Was it
Marion?
Marion, yes, Marion. Back to Bichette.
Well, this may yet turn out to be a sticky wicket. Let's watch. 3-1. It's intercepted. Here's Anton Stastny going to get a goal. Just off the pad of Smith. Oh, that looked like a 3-2 score there. Now the Islanders clear it out over the line. Tonelli coming in on that left side. Tonelli, a pass over in front of Merrick. Merrick right in front. And an enormous save by Bouchard. Merrick was in, of course, a little too close. Couldn't make any kind of a play.
Standing there, he faked the one. There's the pass. All alone on the right side is Merrick. I thought he had a better opportunity the first time, and then he hesitated, and his momentum carried him on in a little further, and it cut his angle down even more.
How did you like that Anton Stastny going in
there? That wicket would have been mighty sticky about now, Dan, if he had put it in the net.
Especially for Denny Potvin, who gave up the puck. He's the one who threw it across the ice right onto Stastny's stick.
3 minutes and 26 seconds. That is the time remaining in regulation time. The Islanders 3, Nordiques 1. Pearson shoots it and it goes off Hunter over the glass. So the time will move down relentlessly. Now, some people left the rink after the third goal. Not too many, mind you, but there's nobody moving right now.
It doesn't take long to get from one end to the other. They would have lots of time left if they, on this shift, could whack another one in. They'd have another 2 minutes anyhow.
What's the fastest 2 goals you ever scored? 7 or 8 seconds? 8, 9 seconds?
I can't even remember that. It used to take me all game to get one, generally.
Well, you know, when you're talking about goals, the number of seconds, it's actually not accurate to say the number of goals because the second one starts from the time of the first one.
That's right. That first one could have taken you 2.5 periods.
Could take you a whole season.
Yes.
Not you, though.
I used to get lucky. The farmers come to the city with their butter and egg money, and on towards morning we get lucky.
Now the face-off, back to Tonelli. It's intercepted. Colisee with that extra speed. Colisee going right in on goal.
Can you believe this? And we must admit we had everything wrapped up but the presentation when Gillies made it 3-0. Goulet now makes it 3-2. Good play, Bobby. Close hit.
Well, Billy Smith got a little piece of it. There it is up on the left side, but ends up, he shoots, looked like Goulet was shooting for the short side and ended up way over. Here it is again. Let's see where actually the puck went. Billy Smith did get a piece of it. See, he shot for the left side and the puck ended up going over here on the right side. He deflected it over. What was that I said? Doesn't take long to get from one end to the other. It was 3 minutes, 21 seconds. When I said that, it's 3:14 left now.
This is going to have just a very, very exciting windup. Now, how does this affect the teams? You've been in this situation. It's going to help the Nordiques, and even though the Islanders are defending Stanley Cup champions, they have got to feel it tightening a bit.
Well, it's got them on the ropes a little bit, Danny, but it's not as if another goal will beat them.
No, they're not facing elimination.
No, they're not.
Well, all credit to the Quebec team, and when you think of Anton Stastny with that chance he had on a giveaway, boy, it's a good finish.
Now here come the Islanders. Sutter, Dwayne couldn't get through there. Up on the left side, Goulet, a pass knocked down by Gillies. Here's Terrien. Over to Raj. Oh, he lost it. And it's cleared into the center ice area. Morrow couldn't come up with it. Janssen failed. Oh, no, he did get it out. Dwayne Sutter hitting the line. Over the line. Dropping it back to Sutter. Right in front. And a great save off Gillies. Right at the lip of the crease by Bouchard. Now Janssen laying it ahead. Sutter making moves to the right side. He handles that puck very well, doesn't he? Number 12, Dwayne Sutter. 2:23 the time left in regulation time. Terrien was upended. The crowd thought there should have been a penalty there. Bossy struggling against Hunter. Now here's Boyd going in on goal. And it's blocked on the short side. Here's Boyd again, taking a swipe at it. And bouncing over to the other side was Bouchard to make the save. Frantic and furious action. Now 1 minute and 58 seconds left. The Islanders can't keep it in. Potvin rolled it back in over the line. Terrien gets it up on the right side. The crowd roaring. A pass intercepted at center by Goring. 3-2 for the Islanders. 1 minute and 40 seconds left in regulation time. Terrien Into the corner to Bichette, up for the line to Anton Stastny to Peter Stastny. Good play there by Lane. And they bring it in, the Nordiques do, on the offside. 1:31 left.
Well, there's Bergeron with 1:31 to go, sending fresh troops over the boards. Bobby, how long does he wait to pull Bouchard? Or get back to that 5-forward situation? Doesn't look like it. Hoganson and Bichette out there. That kind of surprises me.
Well, I believe he's likely thinking that he wants a face-off within the next 30 seconds in the Islanders zone. And then I'm quite sure within that minute span left in the game, he'll have Bouchard on the bench for an extra attacker.
That's why he's got the defense out there now. The face-off is in Quebec territory. Never quits at Michel Bergeron, Danny.
You saw the enthusiasm of Bergeron. What an inspiration this young man has been to this hockey club. And he's trying to inspire them now to get the goal that will tie it. A pass to center goes off. Hotvan sticking among the spectators. Nice turn to Hunter around, whether or not it was accidental. Certainly there's one fellow who does not think it was, Mr. Hunter, number 32.
And this time, they just love to fish the Islanders into a penalty.
Well, you know, earlier on there, just about a minute worth of play time ago, Bourne and Therrien got involved, and Bourne, they exchanged slashes. Therrien was hurt, and he seemed to be in trouble. He couldn't get off the ice. And caused a couple of bad plays, and he's bent over on the bench there. He's still in trouble.
Came on Hunter and Goulet for the Nordiques. Nystrom with Merrick and Pinelli. The Islanders trying to tie up the Nordiques in their own zone. Potvin cleared it in. Now here's Pinelli making a move over to the big ball. Coming out beautifully was Bouchard. 3 Nordiques. Here comes Goulet coming down. Bouchard, I think, is trying to get out of the net. The Islanders roll it down with 46 seconds left. In regulation time, a shot by Pinelli. And that was wide. Furious action. Up on the left side, it goes to Morrow. Ahead on the left wing, Goring is coming across the line. He's going to kill off seconds. A half-minute left. Back it goes to the line.
New York blue line.
And now, 24 seconds. 6 attackers for the Nordiques. It's in behind the Islanders' net. They clear it down the ice. Hustling back there is Rushmore. He wants to get the icing call with 13 seconds. Will it be lucky or unlucky?
Well, viewers of the Vancouver-Chicago game are getting a peek at this one. I'm Dick Irvin with Danny Gallivan, Bobby Hull, and Dave Hodge. We're in Quebec. The Nordiques scored 2 goals late in the third period when it looked as though they were out of it and this series was over. They've made it a 3-2 hockey game. 13 seconds left now. Face-off in the New York zone to the left of Billy Smith. The Quebec net is empty.
And 2 little ones, Michelle and Bart, born on the 13th, February and March. So rather lucky, my 13th. Let's hope for the
very shrewd observation. So now we'll know. 13 seconds remaining, 3-2 for the Islanders, 6 attackers for the Nordiques. If they don't score within 13 seconds, the season will be all over. There's Paymon with a shot. It's out over the line to the center ice area. The Islanders, Dwayne Sutter scores, and that's it. The Islanders will go on to the Stanley Cup Finals, and a gallant, pretty group of hockey players from Quebec. The season is all over. It's academic now. 2 seconds remaining. There's an enormous hand by the crowd for the Nordiques.
That's exactly what I thought these fans would do to their hockey players, their team that gave it all for the entire season and had a great playoff.
Well, there's the play with Sutter checking the puck loose and scoring into the empty net. And we now have, as Danny pointed out, a standing ovation from the capacity crowd of over 15,000 as the Nordiques tick through their last 2 seconds of this season.
And it's all over officially. What a scare the Nordiques threw into this Islanders team. Islanders leading at a point in the hockey game late in the third period, 3-0. Some of the fans started to go. Bichette scored, and then Goulet got the breakaway. And then we had the all-out attack by the Nordiques. There the exchange of handshakes. And here comes the Bergeron over on this side. Okay, Dick.
Well, they ran out of miracles, plain and simple. Michel Bergeron and his team not expected to beat Montreal, not expected to beat Boston, and there's a good picture right there. A fairly new coach in the NHL, the veteran Al Arbour, who has been in places like this before. And I'm sure that Michel Bergeron will be in places like this again. And this crowd continues to stand, continues to applaud as the end of series handshakes take place in the center ice area.